It only affects us.
You mean the protests?
Yes.
Nobody cares?
Nobody who it if there were a care, if there was a care to this, it would have, I
Yeah.
said this a lot of times, it would have ended long time ago. We wouldn't be
Yeah,
living
but
where we're living now.
well, what's our alternative solution? To
Our,
start a civil war?
no. If we start, okay, let's play on this topic for a minute. I see you, Debbie. I see you. Let's play on this topic. Let's suppose there was a civil war of blacks versus whites. I wrote this in the book. I wrote this in my book, Truly a Paradox. What if there was a civil war between black and whites? How do you think the outcome of what would be the outcome of that? Or actually, what would be the beginning of that? That's the real question.
Well, definitely it's going to begin with them killing some black people. That's what their lives is about. That's what they live to do. That'll be the beginning. For sure.
There is no catalyst for this. There is no beginning. There's really no beginning for this because people are still dying.
So what do you mean? So that means that we should just give up hope? I mean, what are you saying?
What I'm saying is you have to strategically, in order to do a effective protest, you have to strategically able to, as the gentleman said, you have to attack the wallet. Right now, capitalism is key. And that's why I address it. That's why I was saying address it because and Debbie was in that. I think Debbie was in that discussion weeks ago. The solution is you got to attack it in the wallet. How can you do that effectively? It's not just black folks. It takes everyone. This racist situation, this discrimination, it affects everyone. It affects minorities first because we're in the forefront, meaning black folks. But eventually it affects everyone and everyone in their lifestyle.
You mean, it adversely affects them.
It's a ripple effect.
It hurts everyone.
Yeah. It's everyone. And you could, again, throwing money at.
Well, I don't know. I feel like they feel, I don't know if that's the way everyone feels, because every time something like this happens and we protest, we protest because we care about life. And we hate to see people die. Like we're in war. We're in war with our civilization.
The Civil War has already started. It started a long time ago.
Well, we need to fight back. Shit.
But to fight back.
No, protest is not fighting back.
To fight back. I'm gonna let Debbie. I'm gonna come to you right now. To fight back. You know what that fight would look like, literally? That means every single neighborhood in the entire United States has to rise up.
So?
Try to get your own neighborhood to rise up.
You know what? The thing about it is that, God has used fewer people to take down trillions of people in the Bible. If we could go to him and allow him to lead us, then I'm not worried about how the odds look.
Okay.
I'm not. I think that if we're walking with God, then we have an advantage, period. That's it.
Okay.
We have an advantage.
Okay. Go ahead, Debbie. I can't, you're on mute. Oh, hold on for a minute.
Okay, here, I got it.
Okay.
You've heard my spiel before about mental illness. Let's talk about this. Whenever you have a debate with somebody, the quickest way to lose is to get emotional. You get angry and then you start saying the wrong things because you're thinking out of your heart instead of your brain. And the only way to win an argument is to win with your brain. So to me, when I see people getting really angry, I understand it because these things are horrific. It's just horrible, the things we see everywhere that it's done to minorities to children to women, whoever. But what's the cause of it? You got to get rid of the cause.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the cause? We know what it is. It's mental illness. Nobody in their right mind doesn't like Black people just because they're darker skinned than them. That doesn't make any sense.
Yes. Well, you know what? It may not be because they're darker skin, it's because it fits the narrative. They're okay with the situation as it is because this is what they've been brought up and lived in and accepted as life.
Well, wait a minute.
So,
Wait, I'll tell you about me. As you can see, I'm kind of light skinned. I'm really pale. You won't believe it. I'm from Miami, Florida.
mhm,
They used to think I was sick because this is as dark as I get. Anyway,
yeah,
I would love to have darker skin. Let me tell you that in the first place. But anyway,
yeah,
I was raised in an area where the Black people worked for the white people. Let's put it this way.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I grew up with this.
Uh-huh.
I didn't accept it. Here I am on this station with you all because
Mhm,
I care, not because you're Black, but because you're people.
yeah,
And people, because you have Black skin, to me, Black people aren't Black people. Black people are people with dark
right.
skin.
Yes, I
Okay.
understand.
So
Yes.
that's why I'm here. I'm here because you're a person and you're being persecuted because you have dark skin, maybe, and other things. Okay. But the thing is, as angry and upset as that makes me, because you are as important as I am, your children are as important as my children, etc. Because I feel that way, I want to do things the most effective way, even though I get angry and I get upset and I cry with you and I get angry with you. I do that. I want to do it the most efficient way. And the way to win an argument is to win with your head.
Yes.
We have to attack the fact that these people have a mental illness, and they do, because nobody normal doesn't like somebody for those kinds of reasons. It doesn't make any sense. So
Well, I just think it's hard.
it is
I
very
think it's
hard, and it's
difficult
harder for you.
it's difficult for them. I mean, it's difficult for them because this is what they grew up. You
Mhm.
know, I have white friends. I've tried to talk to them about this, but they always, just like if you read some of the narratives about the way they treated the sergeant, when you read the white narratives, it's like, well, he shouldn't have been pulling up in the car. I mean,
Should have
they
been put up in the car.
rationalize.
They want to because they have a mental illness. The narrative is a result. We have to get to the root of it. The narrative is the symptom.
Hmm.
Is the symptom. What's the root of it? It's
Well, are you going to help teach? How are you going to teach them? How are you going to deal with because this whole country, even us as Black people, we have PSD. We suffer from postpartum.
I bet.
Yeah,
Yes. Why? You're a person. Of course you
yeah,
do.
yeah. So that's mental illness.
Yes, it is. What we have
So
to do is
so are we going to resolve all the mental illness?
we're going to resolve as much of it as we can and hope it's enough.
When we don't even put money into. We barely put anything into that
Right.
system.
You're
Yeah,
right. That's where the money needs to go. It needs to
you're
go into
right.
the home. We need to help people raise their children, and we
Yeah,
need to be more
and we
reactive,
need to be able to raise our children without governmental involvement.
and we need to have villages again. We need to have
Yes,
villages. When
yes.
you see something wrong in someone else's house, you have
Hmm.
to do something about it.
Used to be that way.
Yeah, it used to be. Let's do it again. And when we see somebody being mistreated in a house, be it a child or a wife or a husband or an elderly person, or whatever it is, if we see a neighbor being not nice to another neighbor, if we see
We
somebody,
need to step up. Yeah,
you
we need to
step
step up.
up. You don't turn a blind eye. You address it with compassion, because if you address it with anger, then you're going to get, like Starfury says, then you get arrested or you're going to get
But the
blacklisted.
mentally ill person is going to come with anger.
Yes, But you and I, we're not mentally ill. We got our things. Everybody has our things,
I
okay?
might be mentally ill. I'm not claiming that.
But
You know
Debbie,
what? You know what I like to
I
say?
could, I could,
I'm just
I
glad
could adopt that mental illness.
that's it. I just like to say my crazy is I'm lucky because my crazy is legal.
Yeah, okay.
What's wrong with me? I can't get arrested for it as far as I know. I don't have the urge to kill anybody. I don't have the urge to harm people or steal things. My urge is maybe to eat too much sugar or some kind of crazy thing.
Yeah.
So the point is we have to deal with compassion and show, we have to, what is it? Show the higher ground. There's a word for it.
Take the higher
ground.
Higher road. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
But Debbie,
So,
can I let me ask you a question though? We discussed this lengthily before.
I know it.
You said approach it with compassion. I cannot approach, and I know the mom who lost their child cannot approach this with compassion.
No, we approach the mom with compassion.
But for a minute, let's think about the mom. For a minute, let's think about that mother. Let's think about that father that lost their child. Let's think about the grandmother. And you've been fed, and not you, but we've been fed a steady diet of cop shoot a black guy, cop shoot a black woman, cop shoot a woman, cop shoot someone, cop shoot this person. Here's the other diet. White guy went into the convenience store and shot up people. A white guy went into a convenience store and shot up people. A black guy maybe went up to a house and shot. This is the diet that we are fed.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fed as a person who's in the communication department. I've been watching this ever since I arrived on this planet.
Who feeds us this?
We do.
Not
Don't blame the media. Do not blame the media. Why? And it goes back to protest. We allow this to happen. We do not, all of us will not stand up and say, we are not watching this. We're not paying for this. We're not going to allow the police department to exist. We will not do that.
Okay, but when you want to change something, you need to have a alternative, yes?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
we need to have more than one.
Yes. That's the
So
plan.
we can have 10, but but if you say, I don't want this, then they'll say, what should we do instead? And you have to have an answer for that, yes?
Okay, good. That's a good point. Now, let's build on that for a minute. You protest, these young kids protest, or these young adults protest, right? Or everyone protest. Doesn't matter, young and old, whatever. We all protest. We demand a change, right?
What do you want for a change?
What we want for a change. The change doesn't happen. Then what?
What do you want for a change? You
No. But that's not the issue. The issue is because no change is perfect. We say, hey, we want A. We want the apple, right? What happens when we don't get it? What happens? Because this is what my point is, Debbie.
This has been going on and on.
Thank you.
Yeah. No matter what we want, it's never going to happen.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen.
Wait a minute. You can't say that because we've already had changes.
Like what?
Well, blacks have more rights than they used to.
Really?
Not enough.